Hi beloveds, today I want to speak about something close to my heart. Disclaimer. This video is intended for motivational and inspirational purposes only. The ideas and reflections shared are personal and may not apply to everyone. Please use your own discretion and seek professional advice when necessary. Thank you for watching and supporting this journey. When I first got recruited at PEP, it seemed simple, almost too good to be true. The uniform looked professional, almost like a nurse's attire. From the outside, everything appeared organized and promising. Like everyone else, I started as a casual employee. That's how it worked. You don't just become permanent overnight. And when permanent post opens up in your store or another location, every casual was eligible to compete. The schedule had its perks. As a casual worker, I had enough free time to hustle, attend interviews, or explore other opportunities. There were also staff discounts, which helped a lot. I could afford toiletries and essentials just from those discounts. At first, it felt manageable. But the reality, the pay wasn't great. As a casual worker, I contributed just as much as the permanent staff. But I didn't get the bonuses they did when the store exceeded its monthly budget. Some people have been casuals for more than 4 years. The workload was overwhelming. They kept the team small. Too small, in my opinion. The money that could have gone to hiring more workers seemed to be spread among the few of us to make it look like we were being paid better. But the truth, the workload was backbreaking. It's no secret that working there ages people quickly. Even outsiders noticed it. The stress and constant pressure drained us, both physically and mentally. And inside, there was so much toxicity. Everyone was desperate to be the manager's favorite, anything to avoid being scolded for the smallest mistakes. As a casual, there is barely any practical training. You are almost thrown in the pack with minimum information from vague written tests done in front of a computer. When you cannot translate that in real operations inside the store, you are scapegoated and given the fast-paced nature of the environment. You can barely have your questions answered. And let's also say others are overwhelmed too, and enjoying little bit of a breather from scolding. Since there is a new center of attention, as a cashier, I often found myself caught between angry customers and gaslighting managers. The store policies were inconsistent. For example, a customer might demand a refund or assistance that our policy allowed, but calling the manager to approve it often led to me being scolded in front of the customer. It was humiliating and exhausting. Another issue was how much free labor they demanded. We were expected to arrive at 7:30 a.m. and start working. But we didn't get paid until 8:30 a.m. and after closing at 5:30 p.m. We'd often still be in the store until nearly 7 p.m. unpaid. Their excuse: it's your fault for not finishing earlier. But how could we? Customers were still in the store, and there was always so much to clean up. As a permanent employee, the only benefit you could really count on was vacation leave. But even that wasn't flexible. You didn't get to choose when you needed rest, it was scheduled for you, whether it suited you or not. They discouraged studying too. Most employees only had a high school education, and many wanted to better themselves. But at my branch, it felt like management took it personally if someone tried to grow. I saw casual workers get reprimanded for requesting exam days off even though they were temporary and easily replaceable. It was petty and disheartening. When permanent positions opened, favoritism played a huge role. Managers would conspire to send their friends or favorites for interviews, ignoring loyal workers who had been there for years. It didn't matter how well you knew the job. If you weren't articulate enough in the interview, you'd be overlooked, even if the person they chose lacked the work ethic. The job consumed me. Even after work, My brain was in overdrive replaying conversations, worrying about things I might have missed. The workload was so overwhelming that I couldn't switch off. I thought I'd feel fulfilled, but instead, I felt trapped. Customer interaction was encouraged, but only on paper. If you spent more than 30 seconds with a customer, they'd accuse you of wasting time. It wasn't about fostering good relationships, it was about keeping us running like machines. Festive seasons were the worst. The store was packed, and all hands were needed. I lost any sense of a holiday. Even walking home, I felt desensitized to the joy around me. I nearly turned to alcohol not for fun, but to numb the exhaustion and stress. It was different from anything I'd ever felt before. I want to be clear, this was my experience at one branch. I can't speak for Pep as a whole or how things are at their offices, warehouses, or other stores. But for me, this was my reality. If you're considering working there, don't let my story deter you. Just go in prepared and know what to expect. For some, it might be a stepping stone. For others, it might be something else entirely. Thank you for stopping by.